So this is an algorithm of a k nearest neighbor algorithm. So how we have already seen an algorithm for gradient descent, how we have seen the algorithm for a stochastic gradient descent, how we have seen the algorithm for backpropagation algorithm. The same way, this is an algorithm structure for a KNN. So this is also an important. So first here we have two types of an algorithm written. First is a training algorithm, next is a classification algorithm. So we know that in a KNN, this is the block diagram of a KNN. So here we know that the features of a cat and dog are being fed, which is ready for the classification, and it is called as a training database. Suppose whenever you have a query, it is going to refer. Since it is an KNN, it is an example or a basic algorithm in an instance-based learning. What is an instance-based learning? Whenever you have a query, then only your machine will be activated. And then it is going to refer to an training database, and then it is going to predict the output. So that is an instance-based learning, right? So for that, mainly a training algorithm is more important, and later the classification is important. The classification, it is done based on a KNN, and training algorithm means all the features of a cat and dog, that is your training database, will be given. So your algorithm consists of two parts. First, it is a training algorithm. Next part, it is a classification algorithm. So in a training algorithm, you can see that for each training example, x comma f of x, add the example to the list training examples. So training examples, what is written here, it is a keyword or it is a file name, keyword for adding to it. So x comma f of x, x is an input value and f of x, it is a target output. So both the input and the target output are returned in the form of an ordered pair. And this ordered pair, it is fed to an algorithm or the function that is named training example. Next, we have a classification algorithm. So classification, we know that it is based on a KNN. Now how the KNN works is based upon the Euclidean distance. When you have a query point, so from the query point, the distance of a nearest neighbor is calculated. So if it is smaller, that is considered as a nearest neighbor, and depending upon the number of the neighbors, you are going to choose it. You are going to classify depending upon the maximum value of that neighbors that we have already seen in the previous video and also in the examples. That is, I'll revise it again. So suppose this is an example I have considered and this is my query point. So I am going to calculate the distance from this, distance from all these query points I am going to calculate, and after calculating I am going to choose the k value. Suppose if I want to choose the k value to be 3, 4, 5 depending upon the distances. So here I have taken the k value to be as 5. So I have chosen the 5 nearby data points. Nearby how? Nearby based upon the Euclidean distance I have calculated. So 5 nearby data points I have chosen. So here I can see that 2 it belongs to a white wine and 3 it belongs to this shape. So I have predicted or classified my query point as it belongs to red wine. So irrespective whether it is correct or wrong, this KNN it is going to work it. So now let's see the classification algorithm. So in a classification algorithm, it is mainly based on KNN. So given a query instance XQ to be classified, XQ, now what is meant by XQ? XQ is my query. So what is a query? So in this example, if I consider, so this point is a query point. I want to know it, whether it belongs to a white wine or whether it belongs to a red wine. So that is a query point. So now XQ here it is considered to be as a query point and that is to be classified. Let X1 up to XK, X1, X2, X3 up to XK, it denotes the X instances from training example that are nearest to XQ. So meaning is that, so this is XQ is my query point, and all the other points what is present, it is X1, X2, X3, X4, X5 up to XK. So are the different examples or the k instances that is being present. So now it is going to return the value in the form of, that is, x cap of xq arg max, that is an argument maximum. V belong to an V. This is for a discrete valued function and this is for a continuous valued function. See, understand, this formula is for discrete and this is for continuous value. So that's why I have considered here the finite set. Since it is a discrete valued function, my V, each of my instance, that is V1, V2, V3 up to Vk, each of my instance, it belongs to my complete set V, delta of V comma f of xk, xi. Del, it is nothing but my delta function or my unit impulse function. So how it is going to work is, it is going to be 1. When it is going to be 1, all my quantities, it is equal. That is when my V, it is equals to f of xi, means my whatever the query point, if it is equal to my target, then it is equal to 1 and it is 0 otherwise. So example, if I consider that, suppose I have a square here and suppose I have a square here. If both are equal, then my prediction is correct. If it is not, my prediction is wrong. Meaning is, here you can see, if I consider the k value as 3 and I have chosen here the k value as 3 from this example, my prediction is correct as it is a square. Suppose if I choose my k value is 7, at that time I have 4 triangles and I have only 3 square. So since my k value is 7, I have to choose nearby 7 data points. Nearby 7 data points is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 data points I have to choose it. In that, if I see 3 is square and 4 is triangle, so I am going to predict it as my square is triangle. So that is a wrong prediction, correct? So if my k value is 3, at that time only my prediction is correct. So that is the meaning of this formula. That is, if my delta of V comma xi, it is going to be 1. When it is going to be 1? When my both the quantities are equal, means my prediction is correct at that time. So this is an example, that is square and square are the two entities I have considered, means my prediction, it is equal to an correct value, or my hypothesis, it is equal to an actual value. That is the main agenda of machine learning, correct? So this is for this formula, it is for a discrete valued function and this is for the continuous valued function. So f cap of xq, it is a query point, summation of I 1 to k value. So that is f of x1, x2 up to xk. So what are all these? Or all these are my different data points divided by k. What is meant by k? K, it is my neighboring points. Number of nearest neighbor points, it is my k value. So this formula, it is for discrete valued. This formula, it is for continuous valued function. So this is an algorithm of an k nearest neighbor algorithm. So this you have to write it along with this one extra formula which is given in your notes. Note down the example also.